Hi guys, if you're watching this tutorial video, it means you want to learn how to play the card game Spellforce 2 Master of War. And also that you're too lazy to read. Why are we even doing it? Okay, excuse me, where were we? Oh yes, how do you play Spellforce 2 Master of War? For this purpose, we start from the beginning to the best. What is Spellforce 2 Master of War? In the Spellforce 2 Master of War card game, the units of the Federation and the clans are facing each other. Supported by powerful magic and brave heroes, the target is to expel the enemy from the battlefield and carry on the victory. But the fate of the shaft can change quickly, and a clever strategist must always be prepared for the unexpected. What is the aim of the game? The objective of the game is to defeat the opposing armies or make them incapable of acting. How do you prepare the game? Both players sit opposite each other. One of them leads the armies of the Federation, the blue cards, the other of the clans, the red cards. Each player is dealt a hero card, which he lays down in front of him. The players shuffle the deck and draw 8 cards. The remaining stack of cards is put face down besides. Both colors of the magic cards are shuffled and placed face down between the players' stacks. The clan player chooses 3 cards from his hand and places them side by side face down on the table, building his first army. The Federation player then also places 3 cards face down opposite to those of the clan player. How do the cards work? Each player has an army of 38 cards. Most cards have a value between 1 and 7, indicating their strength. The higher its value, the stronger is the card during a fight. During the game, these cards can be placed face down on the table. Many cards have 1 or more additional symbols that indicate their special abilities. Spell cards won't be placed on the table, but played directly from the hand and placed after the action is completed. Both players can draw from the magic stack. Characteristics of the units. Seek Unit. This card reveals its strength only during attack. Being attacked, it only has a power of 1. Seek units automatically destroy towers during attack. First Strike. With the same power, the unit with the first strike wins. If both fighters have this ability, both cards are discarded. Flying Unit. Flying units cannot be attacked by normal ground units. Only other flying units and units with magic or bullet damage may attack them. Attacking flying units behave like ground units. Flying units can also spy out hand cards. Healing Spells. When this card is revealed, the player, instead of an attack, can retrieve any unit from the discard pile. The healing costs are the same like an attack, 1 action point. Magic. This unit can only attack with magic. This also allows to attack flying units. Bullet. A unit with this property can also attack flying units. Resistance against magic. A unit with resistance against magic gets a bonus of 1 for the power against units with magic attacks. Resistance against bullets. A unit with resistance against bullets gets a bonus of 1 for the power against units with bullet attacks. Tower. A tower can use his strength only in defense. If a tower attacks, then his strength is only 1. Towers that are attacked by Seek units will be destroyed automatically. How is the formation of the army? Throughout the game, the players are placing more cards. Up to 3 cards can be placed side by side. All cards that are next to each other are called an army. So, an army consists of 1, 2 or 3 kinds. Behind every card of the first army, up to 3 additional cards can be placed in line. All cards behind each other are building a line. A line may consist of 1, 2, 3 or 4 cards. So a player can build a maximum of 4 armies, each consisting of 3 rows. Cards in the first army can attack the opponent's first army. How to play? The clown player begins the battle. For each card in the first army, the player gets 1 action point, resulting in a maximum of 3 action points. If a player has only 2 cards in the row, he also has only 2 action points. Did he start his round with only 1 card in a row, he only has 1 action point. For 1 action point, you can perform the following actions. Draw a unit card or a spell, place a card on the table, attack an enemy card, cast a spell, send out a spy. A player can perform an action once or several times. The actions can be performed in any order. A player must use all of his action points. He cannot hold back action points. Note: if at the beginning of a round you have not placed any cards, you have no action points and therefore immediately lose the game. How to fight? Only the cards of the first army can perform an attack or be attacked themselves. The attacker pushes a card of his first group slightly forward, turns it face up, revealing its power. The opponent then turns his first opposing card in the same row, revealing its power. The card with the higher power wins. The beaten card will be placed on the discard pile. The card which has won remains face up. This card can be attacked or attack itself in the same turn or later on. If both cards have the same power, both are sent to their respective discard pile. If the front card has been lost, the cards in the same line behind will be dragged to the front. How do the spell cards work? Collect allows you to sort all cards of one row again. Clairvoyance allows to uncover an opponent's card row. Magic Shield gives your card the property resistance to magic until your next turn. Mental Control. Send any opposing card from the first army to the farthest place of the selected line. The card will be placed face up. Sacrifice. The casting player discards between 1 and 3 cards. For each discarded card, the opponent must also discard a card. Storm turns all flying units on both sides to normal ground units until the next turn of the casting player. Kill. You may draw a card from the hand of the enemy and put it face up on the discard pile. Summon Dead. When this spell has been cast, the player can retrieve any unit from the discard pile. Support. The power of an exposed card unit is increased by 1 until the next turn of the casting player. Confusion. The cards of an opponent's row shuffled and placed face down again. What are hero cards and how do they function? In the round in which a player places his hero card, that player has 4 action points available, regardless of whether he has 1, 2 or 3 cards in a row. Placing this card does not cost any action point. As long as the hero is not defeated, the 4 action points also apply to all following rounds. This also applies if the hero has been moved in the line by a spell. What is spying and how does it work? Flight units have the ability to spy. This is done by attacking an opponent's card directly from the hand. The player draws a card from the opponent's hand cards and attacks it. After spying, the flying unit is placed on the discard pile. The result of this fight depends on the following rules. 1. The drawn card is a magic card. The spell card is placed onto the discard pile. The player also discards his spying card. 2. The drawn card is a stronger unit. The unit is placed anywhere in the opponent's first army unless there are less than 4 cards in the line. If all lines have 4 cards, the unit is placed onto the discard pile. 3. The drawn card is weaker. The unit is defeated and sent to the discard pile. 4. The drawn card has the same power. The unit is placed onto the discard pile unless it has the ability Bullet. In this case, proceed as if it's a stronger card. If the card has 2 strength values, the defense value counts. How to win. If a player cannot use the specified number of action points, he has to give up, and his opponent wins. Note, in many cases, the game ends in this way. If a player has no placed cards at the beginning of his turn, he loses. Any hints? It's obvious that the first 3 cards of a game have an immense influence on the game flow. A few high-strength cards in the first army are a good idea, but a player who loses all strong cards quickly has a weak position. Even if you can challenge your opponent from the second round on, you should use the first action points to place a certain number of cards on the table. Heroes are a great help when the first army is weakened, but using them at the start is not a good strategy. Spells are useful, but can be lost by a spy. So far, this is everything you need to know about Spellforce 2 Master of War. We wish you much fun with this game and look forward to see you.